Is it time to replace your existing insulation? Let's talk about that. Welcome to Foam University. Today we're going to talk about if it's time to replace the existing insulation in your house. So if you're asking yourself, how long a manufacturer may say that their material will last, it's a really complicated question. Because if you just look at any type of material, let's say fiberglass, right? Fiberglass bad insulation, very commonly found in a lot of existing houses. A lot of manufacturers would probably say that that material, if in ideal situations and if installed in a proper way, can last 100 years or more. Now in practice, any contractor would tell you there's no way that a fiberglass bat would last inside an existing house. There's all types of different variables that come into play. So that's where a lot of this gets really complicated. If you ask an average contractor this question, you'll probably get different answers from the same person. So here's some easy guidelines that you can go by if considering that you should replace your insulation. If you have fiberglass in your house, whether that's in your walls, your attic, in your crawl space or basement, general rule of thumb, if you have fiberglass that's 7 to 10 years old, probably needs to be replaced. If at least needs to be readjusted, maybe resealed and stapled, that type of thing, you should at the very least be checking it out in that 7 to 10 year mark. Again, these are numbers. This is our take on it. You'll probably get a lot of different answers on this. Next thing, cellulose. So if you have cellulose commonly found in your attic, general rule of thumb, again, 10 to 15 years before you need to add layers on top of it because it's broken down, settled, things like that. Now, what I generally tell people though, is 10 to 15 years to replace or add more on top. However, with cellulose, keep in mind in your attic, you get drifting, right? So you get air that comes into your attic and it pushes the cellulose up against the walls, maybe up against the chimney, whatever's in your attic. So for that reason, at least every other year, you should go up in your attic, check out that cellulose, see if it's drifted, see if it's shifted, see if anything is off, and you may have to re-rake and level that out. So keep in mind with cellulose in your attic, you're gonna have to look at it at least every other year. Now foam insulation. How often should foam insulation, such as injection foam in your walls, spray foam in your walls, your attic or basement, how often should that need to be replaced? Well, in theory and in practice, it shouldn't need to be. If it's installed properly, and spray foam you can usually tell right as it's applied if it's installed properly, shouldn't need to be touched up, shouldn't need to be replaced for the lifetime of the building. I know we've seen projects of spray foam that were sprayed 20 years ago, 25 years ago, and it's holding up just fine. There are some weird things to consider. Keep in mind if you're using spray foam on an exterior of a building. There's many different spray foams that are rated for exterior use, but I know a lot of people like to try to push the boundaries of those materials, and that issue comes in that it can start to break down and age a little more quickly. So keep that in mind. If you're having a weird situation where you applied spray foam somewhat out of the norm, some of those rules are a little skewed and you're kind of living in your own world at that point. So you're going to have to monitor that at your own pace. But in normal situations where spray foam is commonly found in a house, you shouldn't have to replace or add to it as long as the house or building is standing. So again, there's some quick general guidelines I want you to keep in mind. If you ask this question to 10 people, you get 12 answers. For the most part, you're going to have to monitor yourself. That's a good thing about this. If you have a visible insulation, just go take a look at it. If it's falling apart, if it's breaking down, if it's got dust that's been filtered through it, like fiberglass, it has black spots all over it. That's not talking about mold. That's a separate issue. But if you're noticing these things, you probably need to replace it. So keep those things in mind. Cellulose, at least twice, at least every other year, every 2 years. Go up there, check it out, make sure it's staying level. Hope this information was helpful to you. Be sure to check out the link in our description below to an article about this. If you have any questions, you can always leave us a comment. Don't forget to smash that bell and subscribe to the channel and like this video. Did you drop out of college? Don't feel bad. You can still get your degree in foamology. Just watch more of our videos and check out our website, RetroFoamofMichigan.com.